Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We're going to go ahead and jump right on into a challenge here. We've got, of course, quite a few left to pick from. I hope everybody in the United States and wherever else celebrates Thanksgiving at this time of the year had a good Thanksgiving, and that's where I've been. I know I've uploaded, or I haven't uploaded, like even before Thanksgiving, but the exam season was sort of like rearing its ugly head right around then, and this is off to an amazingly bad start. And I didn't even talk about like what challenge we picked. I just sort of like, you know, jumped right in. I know I said we were going to jump right in, but I probably was a little premature. I didn't even explain. We're going to go ahead and do the slow roll challenge. I've actually done this challenge already on my brother's save file, just because I had to get my Binding of Isaac Rebirth fix over the break, and I guess we're gonna play the controller reconnect game. I can't believe that still hasn't been fixed. Actually, it probably has been fixed. It's just my setup or something, but I really wish that it could be basically, I wish it was an easier fix. I guess we'll just leave it at that. I've looked into it. Like, people have given me suggestions. Like, some people have said that if it's not if the Rebirth window isn't the active window, that'll happen, but I can clearly tell that the Rebirth window is the active window right now, and it's still doing that, so I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys had a really good Thanksgiving, and if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving at this time of the year, because I know, you know, Canada Land up there celebrated Thanksgiving over a month ago, I hope you had a good time. And we had a good time fighting the Duke of Flies. We got Mom's coin purse here. We have 2 of these pills. Hopefully they're good. Oh, well, I guess we're gonna use that. I was playing on keyboard and mouse, or keyboard, I guess, over the break, and I forgot what the controls were for the controller. But we didn't really get anything that good there. I guess the speed up was okay. We did get 2 pheromone pills, which I'm pretty sure what that does is like the love pill or whatever, or the charm tears or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's what that does, is if you use that on your enemy, they won't attack you, which is a pretty good deal, I guess. I would have loved to have gone back in there, because I'm pretty sure I saw like a Triforce on the floor there. And speaking of the Triforce, I know I've talked about this in the past. And by the way, I was going to talk about speedrunning with the Triforce in mind, and I was about to say we're probably going to just speedrun through this challenge. It's really easy. Anyway, speaking of the Triforce, I've been playing, I know I've mentioned this, but Majora's Mask quite a bit over the past year. And for anybody that doesn't know anything about speedrunning, there's this concept in speedrunning called RNG, or Random Number Generator, and if you are a fan of Isaac, you probably know all about the Random Number Generator, because that's like the deity that governs what items you get or don't get, pretty much. But anyway, in Majora's Mask, there's not that much RNG, and one of the good things about a speedrun, in my opinion, is low RNG, or like manageable RNG, where like in Pokemon, there's a lot of RNG in a speedrun of Pokemon, but for the most part, you can kind of plan around whatever you get. As far as I know, I don't really speedrun the game, but from what I've heard, you have to like react to the RNG, but you can still make it work no matter what you get. Or maybe in some situations it won't work, but like for the most part, you can make it work. Anyway, in Majora's Mask, there are a few parts where the RNG is, you have to get good RNG or the run is over. Let me get stem cells here. Just going to go ahead and go on to the next floor. Maybe I probably have finished the story, or finished the game before I finish the story. Anyway, there's this part in the game, for anybody that's played the game, you might know, the area called Snowhead, which is obviously the snowy area, but there's this part where you have to, in the main game, you're supposed to get the Goron Lullaby and play it to make the wind stop blowing, pretty much, so you can get up to the temple. But in the speedrun, that takes forever, so you have to do this trick called what we call the lullaby skip, which I guess that's just a good enough name for it. But it depends on whether you get it or not. It depends on the RNG you get on the wind. So there's fast wind, medium wind, and slow wind. If you get anything, well, okay, if you get fast wind, which is when, okay, let me explain this a little bit better. I kind of forget what I've explained in the past, what I haven't, so let me start from the beginning. You start off, you have to get a trick called ISG, so you don't fall off the edge of the platform. For like, the wind is blowing you the entire time. So anyway, you get ISG. Then you gotta make your way to this one part of the terrain to do what's called a super slide, which is a really fast, like, backward slide. And at that point, that's when the wind RNG comes into play. So if you get fast wind, you get destroyed because you don't make it to the part you have to get to. If you get medium wind or fast or slow wind, you pretty much are guaranteed to get it. But anyway, that is a 33% chance of getting bad wind. Let me go ahead and pick this up, I guess. Contract from below. Wealth, but at what cost? I'm not really sure what that does. You have a 33% chance of getting bad wind. I get bad wind 100% of the time. So, my goal for, you know, this has been my goal for like 4 months of the channel, or whatever, I guess. And this is one of the main reasons why I haven't been uploading as much lately. I've been trying to beat the game in under an hour and a half. So, to do that, you have to play really well, but you also have to get really good RNG, and I'm kind of like known in the community for having really terrible RNG when it comes to mostly everything in the game, but specifically a lullaby skip. And that, long story short, I know it was like a 5-minute long story to tell a 1-minute long concept, but that is really why I haven't been uploading as much over the past few months, believe it or not. And we're getting double chest drops, that is pretty cool, not really sure what that's all about. But yeah, so that's why I haven't been uploading as much, and whenever I do get the sub 130, well, that was a waste of time. Whenever I get the sub 130 in Majora's Mask any %, I will be uploading to YouTube quite a bit more than I do now. I have a 130.02, I don't know if I've explained this already. 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 2 seconds. Literally 2 seconds away from my final goal, and I was unable to clutch it out in the end of that run. But yeah, if you guys are interested in speedruns whatsoever, I would suggest coming to my Twitch channel. We have a lot of fun over there doing mainly Majora's Mask, but sometimes I do Ocarina of Time as well. And I've actually been thinking about doing probably like a tutorial on Majora's Mask any %, because I don't think there's an updated one at all. And I know a lot of people are interested in the, not even just the speedrun itself, but a lot of the glitches that are in the game. So look forward to that if you are interested in that. But anyway, we're not playing Majora's Mask. I don't know why I decided to take this episode to go on a Majora's Mask tirade, or like rant. But we are playing The Binding of Isaac, of course. 7 minutes in here, we're just now getting around to talking to the game, I guess. The only thing is, this challenge is really easy, and I've already done it, like I said. I would have liked to have done 100% of my gameplay on stream, or on camera, but over Thanksgiving break, I really didn't have that much to do. So I couldn't help myself, and I played The Binding of Isaac Rebirth quite a bit. You know, I just got a Skype thing. I don't know if that's going to show up on stream, or I don't know why I keep saying that. I don't know if that's going to show up on the video. Hopefully it doesn't. If it does, I guess I'll black that out. But anyway, yeah, I had to play Binding of Isaac. I had to get my Binding of Isaac Rebirth fix over the break, and this just so happens to be one of those challenges that I did. And because it is so easy, I don't really feel like there's that much I really need to explain, and there's really not that much I need to do in the way of, like, future-proofing myself, I guess, if you want to call it that, in the run, because I really don't foresee myself dying. Like, if I die at this point, I should probably just revoke my Binding of Isaac card, or ID, I guess, the card that allows me to play the Binding of Isaac. All YouTube Let's Players have this ID card that they have to have before they upload videos. I don't know if anybody knew that. I don't know, how did I take damage to that? Like, I guess I'm just that bad. I thought I was, like, clearly out of the way. Apparently not, though. This challenge is not even a challenge. I'm really glad that not all of the challenges are, like, a drag. Like, some of the challenges are not all that... Not that they're not fun, but they're not all that interesting, I guess. This one's pretty interesting because you are so overpowered, and I'm pretty sure that we only have to go to Mom, which, if we had to go to Isaac or something, that might be different, but since I'm like 99% sure we don't have to do that, we're not going to have any issues beating this challenge. Wow. I guess, do we have Cupid's? Yeah, we do have, obviously. We have, like, pointed tears. I was going to ask if we had Cupid's arrow, because we clearly shot through that enemy there. Oh my, just had a heart attack trying to dodge that pile of poop there. Yeah, we shot through those enemies, and I was pondering if we had Cupid's arrow or not, which we clearly do. That's one thing I really do like about Binding of Isaac Rebirth, more than even some other stuff. The tier visuals are completely different. Like, even if you got Cupid's arrow in the original game, it would not... Wait, what just hit me? It must have been that fire, but I didn't see that coming at all. But yeah, in the original, if you got Cupid's arrow or something, you would definitely not see any sort of visual difference on the tiers, as far as I remember. Hopefully I'm not wrong on that. Well, I guess that's all we're going to get out of him, so we're just going to go ahead and blow him up. That's a trinket callus. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that allows us to walk on spikes and not take damage, which is a really cool trinket. Well, okay, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Get on out of dodge, and I just realized that we grabbed Guppy's head. I don't know how I didn't realize that we picked that up, but we have it now, so hopefully... Oh, I keep using the wrong shoulder button for my spacebar. Actually, it's not even a shoulder button, it's L2 on the... Wow, I used all my keys. I'm just the absolute best Binding of Isaac player ever. That's what you get with my Binding of Isaac play. From other people, you get, like, pro strategies or witty banter, you know, commentary or whatever. From me, you get Majora's Masquerades and just absolutely... Not poor play, necessarily, because we're gonna win, but... play that maybe wasn't thought out as well. If I'd been thinking, I probably would have gone around and looked at all of the, you know, rooms in the level before I used all my keys on that key beggar. And we're going to use a lot of bombs before I finally realize that L2 is the spacebar and not L1. I really do like the controller, though, believe it or not, even though I've been, like, just an idiot when it comes to using it. Or actually, no, a lot of it is... Oh my goodness, I used another bomb. I literally cannot stop. But anyway, yeah, I do quite like the controller. For a lot of other games, you would be sort of a scrub for using the controller, I think, over like a keyboard. But I really think the Binding of Isaac is better on a controller. I never thought I would have said that. Wow. I'm not using my headphones right now, so I can't even hear the game. Didn't notice the shadow, and obviously I didn't hear Mom falling there. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I guess when you get to the depths too, or whatever... Mom is always, like, trying to get you, which is kind of a cool thing, I guess. Yeah, we might as well go in here, I guess. Maybe we can... I was kind of hoping, against hope, that we would be able to grab a guppy out of this run, but I should probably not be so greedy. We're definitely not in the situation where we would need guppy. At this point, we don't really need anything, which is, I guess, why they don't even give you item rooms on this challenge run. That was an intentional bomb, by the way, believe it or not. Unfortunately, I didn't actually hit anything, so I guess that's just sort of representative of this run so far. You know, I just realized, or I didn't just realize, I've been watching quite a bit of Rebirth over the past couple of weeks that I haven't been uploading. I know I was gonna, like I was saying before, have everything be blind, but couldn't help myself. If you blow up those skulls or whatever, I'm pretty sure you, like, those drop cards for some reason, or they can spawn those, like, turret things, so you have to wait for them to appear before you can shoot them. That was an unintentional bomb, by the way. It's really weird, like, I can't stop myself from using the L1 button when I want to use the L2 button. I'm actually kind of worried. You know, I think it's probably because I just woke up, and I was like, man, I really need to record today, and it's not even that I need to record, it's just I really want to play the Binding of Isaac, so I need to record. And I haven't had my morning coffee yet. Coffee, by the way, is like the best thing ever, I think. Especially when you're playing Binding of Isaac. You know, I was on my stream, people have been telling me that tea is the way to go. We have a really high percentage of people from the UK. I'm not even sure if that's really how you would phrase that, but so she'll be, I guess, for this instance. Oh wait, we have the callus or whatever, so we don't have to worry about these. Anyway, they were telling me that... Oh my goodness, dude, I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop using L1 for my spacebar and using all my bombs. It's kind of a miracle that we're not out of bombs at this point. But anyway, they've been telling me to use tea, or to drink tea, more than coffee. And I actually did get tea recently. Yesterday, actually. And it's better than I thought it was going to be. Wow, how did that die so fast? I was not expecting that. We're going to go and pick up the placenta, I guess. If there's anything interesting in here, I might do this. Yeah, I'm not really too interested in any of that. Like, we might not have picked up some of these items, but I'm sure we will. There's not really much point in doing the boss rush at this point, though. Anyway, I guess we're going to go ahead and complete this challenge. That was sort of a lot faster than I was expecting it to be. All I really did in this episode is rant about RNG, which is a common thing on my stream, and talk about coffee and tea and my controller, which is something I think I've talked about on pretty much every episode of this series so far. But anyway, speaking of the series, I want to thank you for watching this episode, which I believe is episode 5, and I hope to see you guys back for the next episode, where we're going to be taking on another challenge, hopefully we get the challenges done really fast. Like, hopefully I don't die too many times or whatever, because I'd really like to get back to the main game. When you're in the challenges, you don't really get the item rooms and stuff, and it's just sort of like a different experience. So I'd really like to get back to the main game and play as maybe some of the other characters that we haven't really played as yet. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.